What is up, you guys? It is Dylan back again with another video from Carnage Outdoors, and today we went out commercial lobster diving. Had a great day, especially the end of the day. We crushed it at the end. Beginning was a little bit slow. I think by about 11 o'clock we only had 39 lobster, but the last two dives we crushed it. I think we got 40 in each of those last two dives, so pretty good end of the day. Probably saw 1,000 lobster on this day, but a lot of them too small to keep. Never seen so many shorts in my life. But if you guys want to buy one of the loopers that we used in this video, one of these right here, send a DM to Carnage Outdoors Instagram. That's carnage.outdoors. I'll have it linked down below. They're the best ones out on the market right now. Some of the cool things about it is this cable's thicker than anything else used right now, so they don't kink nearly as bad as other ones, and then they're a little bit stiffer, so the lobsters don't really slip out as much. But we use them commercial diving. I love them. I've just started making them recently, but they've been working great for me. If you want to buy one, just send a DM to carnage.outdoors and I'll have that link down below. Got tons of cool content for you guys to check out right now, so keep watching, see how we catch all these lobster. So welcome back underwater, everyone, and as you can see here, there is a ton of lobster in this spot. This was not right at the beginning of the dive. This was a little bit into it. As you'll see in a minute, my bag does have a few lobster in it, but I had to cut out so much footage because I saw so many lobster, and I didn't want to make the video 2 hours long showing every lobster that I caught. But start picking away at them right there. I got the first one off all the way on the side, trying to catch ones that look big and ones that won't spook right away. So these two over here on the side are kind of off by themselves. I caught the first one, now I'm going after that second one. If you look on the right side of the screen, there's like 10 lobster right there. But the thing about this day was there was just so many shorts. So out of the, I don't know, I never counted, but 25, 30 lobster right in this spot. I think there was only like 3 or 4 legal ones. This one looks like he's short from the measuring, but that's just because his carapace was soft, so when I'd push it down, it would push the carapace itself down. It didn't actually go over the end of it, so he was legal. Whole bunch of fish here too. It was a really cool spot. I mean, just look, there's like 6 lobster right there, maybe more, maybe 8 lobster. But I'm just trying to pick out the big ones. That one kind of slipped out. I let go of the end of it, so I'm trying to get him back out. And he shoots way back in there, and can't even see the other side of it, so I thought it wasn't even worth chasing him down. He was probably short anyways. Just looking in to see if I could see him, but can't. So now I'm picking out the next biggest one, which is this guy right here. Comes out pretty easily. No trouble catching him. Just kind of get the looper behind him and get him in it. These loopers, now that I'm making them, made a bunch of them, and I really love them. Easiest loopers to use out there are snares. A lot of people call them snares or loopers, same thing, but easiest ones to use. This grouper came in right here, and I know he's too small to shoot, but I'm gonna try to use my spear gun to get this. You'll see in the corner of his mouth there's a jig. Wasn't able to do it. He didn't let me get close enough. I was gonna try to like wedge my gun in between the jig and his lip and maybe break the hook or something, but it didn't work. So I'm looking at the rest of them, see if there's any other ones here worth going after. Thinking this one might be, but he shoots into that hole and it's too deep. There's no, you can't even see the back end of it, so it's not even worth chasing him down. I'm gonna try to stick my hand in there, I think, right here, but it's just too deep. I'm not gonna be able to catch him. So yeah, right now my hand's in the hole. Now I'm just double checking to see if there's a back entrance and see that there's not, so I'm gonna go after the rest of them under the ledge over here right under me. And this is why these loopers are so great. I mean, see, these guys are pretty far back in there. It'd be pretty hard, it'd be almost impossible to catch them with tickle, stick, and net, but really hard to catch them with any other snares. But these ones are longer, they're stiffer, they're stronger. This is probably one of the nicer ones from that spot. And stirred it all up, but yeah, these loopers are great. Get really far back in holes with these things. It makes it a lot easier to catch lobster. And when you're commercial diving like this, it's all about making it easier on yourself, not having to chase them around for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Catch them in 10-15 seconds is ideal. That's another short one. And I'm going to go back and look under that ledge and see if there's any more under there that are legal. I think I end up catching like 2 or 3 more, and I think they were all short, but that last lobster really stirred up the sand a little bit, but you can still see there's a whole bunch of them in there. I'm just trying to pick out the big ones, and this one looks like he could be big enough. Until I get him in my hand, that's when I really know if they're going to be legal or not. And once you feel their legs, if they feel small in my hand, I'll know that they're small, like this one. But yep, just short, let them go, don't play around. Maybe try and catch, I think I catch like 1 more, and he ended up being short also, but trying to pick out the biggest ones. Sometimes it's hard to tell how big they are when they're under a ledge like this, but this one, he looked like he could be, so I thought it was worth catching him if I can catch him fast. So that's what I do right here. Get the looper around his tail, pull him in, but he looks like he's going to be short, so I think after this one I decided the rest of them were going to be small, and I moved on to the next spot, which you'll see right here. So this here was not too far away from that last spot. I found 3 more lobster that looked a little bigger than the ones from the before. This first one was a pretty nice one, but still want to measure him. Saw so many shorts today that I think I measured almost every lobster I caught just to be sure. But yeah, this one on the left looks a little bigger than the one on the right, so I'm going to catch him first. That's how I went about this day, catching the big ones first and leaving the rest. But yep, caught him up, not too difficult. Got him in the bag, and going after the last one. Smallest one, but he was easy to catch, so it really wasn't a big waste of time catching him. Worth giving it a shot. Yeah, he was short just like I thought. So after that, I found this nice coral head with a grouper calling it home. And if you've seen my other videos, I kind of do this thing where I kind of push the gun off to the side to try to get the grouper to focus away from the tip of the gun so I can get a better angle, which I did right there. I got a nice shot off on him. Right a little below the kill shot, but still good enough to add him to the bag. I usually will push the spear all the way through and pull him out the other side, but this one I just decided to push the spear back through the way it came in. Trying to get the flopper in there and pull it out, but it's kind of being difficult. You saw there I pulled his gills out to bleed him out so he doesn't suffer too long. Don't like my fish suffering. Kind of want him to, you know, conk out as soon as I shoot him. But this one's probably dead already by this point, but here I kind of pushed the spear back through so I could get a better angle with the flopper and get him off the end of the spear, which I'm able to do right there, and add him to the bag and move on to the next group of lobsters. So this here was right after I shot that grouper. I think it was the same coral head, and there was a couple nice lobster in there, so I was going to catch them. These ones were bigger than a lot of the other ones I had seen throughout the day, so it's definitely worth putting in the time to catch them. Just trying to catch him up right here. Catch the first one. Looks like a nice one. Get him to walk out a little bit. And get the looper around his tail and pull him out, which is what I do right there. Don't even have to measure him. He's easily legal. And get him in the bag. And there's still, I think, at least 4 more in there. So I'm going to work on them. Get them into a place where I'm able to work with them. Get them into that little hole there on the top of the rock. So I'm just trying to work him out a little bit. That one I got the loop around his tail and got him out. Another nice one. Gonna measure him though, make sure he's good. Which I do right here. Which he is illegal, so add him to the bag. We're making some progress on the day here. But I think when I caught that last one, it kind of spooked the other ones a little further back, so I'm just gonna take my snare and push them closer to that hole again so I'm able to work with them. And you'll see right here, there's still a couple nice ones in there. So So I'm gonna push him over to the hole. See at least 2 more right there. And right here, this one's gonna give me a chance to catch him. And get the looper around him, get him out. Another nice, should be legal one. I think easily legal one. Looks pretty big. Good to see big ones like this on a day that most of the ones you see are just a little bit too small. So probably saw close to 1,000 lobster today. I'm only gonna show maybe like 100 or so of the ones that I caught in this video, but there was so much footage. It probably would have been like 2.5 hours of footage if I would have added everything. But yep, here's push this one to the other side of the rock, and he's gonna make it easy for me. Catch him up quick. I think there's still a couple more in there, but I felt the guy up on the boat was pulling on my line to get me to go to the surface. So I went up, brought him a bag while I was up there, and you'll see I come back down with another bag and get back after it. So this here was right after I got back down from passing the bag up, and there's one more legal one in here, and the other 2 are shorts. So catch that legal one and get him out and measure him really quick. Make sure he's good, which he was easily. And the other 2 I didn't even bother because they were too small for sure. But a couple more rocks in this area, so you'll see me go after the rest of them in this area. So this is another rock, and just like every other one, it's just loaded, but again, most of them are short. I think I only caught 1 keeper off of it, which you'll see right here, and the rest of them were just too small. I think I did catch like maybe 1 or 2 more, but I cut the footage because they were small and I let them go. But there's, I think, 1 or 2 more nice rocks in this area that I went after to go catch some more. So this here's a little bit weird of a catch. This lobster's kind of just in that like top portion of the rock, which usually when I find them, they're not in that portion. They're more in like the bottom part with the rock on top of them and the sand standing on them. But it was pretty cool. I was able to push him out, get him out there. He's a nice big one. Got him most of the way out here, and I'm just gonna tickle him out the rest. Push him off to the side here, and it's a nice big one. I think there was a couple more lobster in there, but again, they were also short. But yeah, this one was able to get him out. Easily legal, no need to even measure him. He's way above legal, so throw him in the bag and moving on. So this here is another little ledge with a whole bunch of lobster in it. I think there was like 5 or 6 here, but pretty easy ones to catch. Just all pretty much standing out in the open, and just start working my way down. Work from the right side to the left. They're all pretty similar size. So yeah, catch that first one. Legal, add them to the bag. Super easy catch, super efficient. Going after the next one. The other ones are kind of stacked on top of each other. Just get them out, figure out which one is easiest to catch. That one, as soon as I grabbed him, I knew he was short, so let him go. Didn't even want to waste my time measuring him, but this one was a little bit bigger than the last one, so pretty sure he's gonna make it. But we'll see right here, and he does. So I add him to the bag. That's 2 quick ones right there. I'm gonna take the bag off my belt because it kind of restricts my range of motion a little bit while I'm down there. But going after this next one, and got him pretty easily. But I'm gonna measure him up, see if he's good. And he's just barely keeper, but barely keeper, still keeper, so add him to the bag. And I think there's 1 more, or maybe I think there's 2 more actually, and this is the second and last one. Catch him, measure him really quick, and he's too small, so I let him go. And then last one here, off by himself. Gonna catch him really quick, and as soon as I get the looper on him, I know he's too small, so I don't even bother measuring it. But moving on. So this here was the second and final red grouper of the day. As you can see, my spear didn't even come all the way out of my gun. He was so close, but was able to get him nice and easy. But I'm gonna, again, rip his gills out just so he bleeds out and dies quickly. Don't want to make him suffer for no reason. But get the one gill out. Didn't see a whole lot of blood come out, so I go to the other side and get the other one started. But I'm gonna feed the spear back through. It looks like he's already dead, which is what you want. You don't want them to suffer. But yeah, trying to get the spear out. Don't have the right angle, so I push it back through. Find the angle that the flopper needs to go, and it falls out super easy. Add this nice grouper to the bag. This is just a clip of how many lobster there are. Every single one of those was short. I didn't even try to catch them, but pretty cool to see. And here I found a couple more in this little rock. There was a surprising amount of lobster in this rock. I thought, when I saw it at first, I was like, oh wow, there's 3 lobster there, but I was shocked how many of them wedged themselves into this. You see at least one more over there. I'm just trying to pick out the big ones, and I'm just working them all out. That one looks a little bigger than the others, so I'm gonna go try to catch him. Touch his tail and move him a little bit, but able to get him right there. Looks like he should be good, but always good to double check. And actually he was short, so glad I checked. Hard to tell from the video sometimes, but yep, he was small. So I go out to the other side. I poked these couple out, and you saw there's at least 3 more that weren't seen at the beginning over there. So that's a nice one. No need to measure him. He's easily legal. But a couple more trying to work their ways back in. But so I'm gonna go after the bigger one. Able to loop him up right there. Gonna measure him up. Looks like he might make it, but we're gonna see. Yep. He's legal. See how full that bag is? Got a whole bunch of them in there. So, just gonna push them all out through the other side, see if there's any big ones that I didn't see before. And looks like there's not, so I'm gonna move on to the next hole. So this here, I tried to get a better angle of it before I stuck my hand in there, but there's a really nice slipper lobster in this hole. I was trying to show you guys what they look like because they're really hard to see, but these guys are so strong. This one just grabbed onto that rock and he wasn't coming out. Right now I'm pulling as hard as I can, just trying to work him out, and he is not moving. Just pulling on him, trying to get the right angle. I open up his tail there. Sometimes that works. Seems like it didn't really work, and then eventually I give him a nice double tug and got him out. But really nice slipper. It's probably one of the larger ones I've caught, but cool to see these all the time. So this here is going to be 2 clips in a row of just showing how many lobster there are and how many shorts. Just, I think almost every single one of these in both of these clips was small, which sucks for that day, but it's a good sign for next year that there's going to be a lot of keepers because these are all pretty close. So excited for that. So this is the last rock of the day that I caught lobster in, and you'll see something right here. This absolutely scared the crap out of me. If you see right there, that's a moray coming straight towards me, and I didn't see him at first, and he got really close. I didn't even know there was one in there. And yeah, spooked me, spooked every single lobster. I've never seen this before. They all left the rock when he like moved around, so it made it super easy for me to catch him. This first one was pretty big, so we're just gonna measure him though, make sure he's good, which he is. And if you look around, you'll just see lobster kind of just like scattering, trying to get out away from that moray, because I'm sure that a couple of them have been dinner for him in the past. It's a pretty big one, really big moray. So right now, after I catch him, I'm just trying to be cognizant not to get too close to the rock, because you never know if he's gonna stick his head out of there or what. But going after the next one, you see there's like 3 or 4 of them just kind of standing out in the open, which is awesome. Makes it easy for me. Go after the closest one. But this looks like another nice one. They kind of finished off on this spot, which had like more keepers than I had found anywhere else, which was awesome. Started really slow. I think by about like 11 o'clock or noon, I only had like 25 lobster or 30 lobster, but I ended up making it up to 80 on my second dive, which was this one, and got him good. I think that was by like 2 o'clock, but my hamstrings really started cramping up on the end of this dive, so I sat the rest of the day out, let my dive buddy go after him, and he got, I think, like 45 more, which is pretty good. Ended with 125, but just catching more. They're kind of starting to find their way back into the hole, but trying to push out the big ones, catch them up. So catch this one, measure him up, see if he's good. Still trying to swim away from the rock after I catch one every time, just to be careful. Those moray bites are nasty. Never got bit by one before, but I've seen videos of people do it, and I know that something that I do not want to experience. I've had about every other experience possible down there, but the moray is probably one of the ones that I don't want to. So yeah, he's getting a little comfortable with me, so I'm gonna touch his nose and make him go back in there. I don't know if he's getting comfortable with me or just trying to go after the lobster, but either way, I don't want to find out. So I think this is the last one I got, so I'll see you on the surface. So my GoPro's pretty much dead right now, but we had 56 plus whatever's in there. So it's probably like 24 more, so probably at like close to 80 right now. But my GoPro's about to die. I'm not gonna get any more underwater footage, but I'll start recording on the phone and let you guys know how we're doing. So I'm on the phone now. GoPro's dead, but this is what we got. We got 2 nice red grouper. Let me bring you up to the front. 80 lobsters. Big slipper in there too somewhere. We're getting it done. It's about 1:30. Probably gonna dive until 3, so Cappy's probably on the last dive of the day. Chill in the boat, have some lunch. Let you know how many we end up getting. So he just passed me the first bag of his up. It's pretty full. He's going back down. Probably up to about 100 right now. So we'll see how many we get. So we just got another bag up. Let's see how many we got. Oh yeah. We're at 97 before, probably at 120 with that bag. So let you guys know how we finish. 125 is the final number. 2 groupers and a slipper too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.